So, continuing Excelsior Day. Since I kind of rambled on that last time and probably interfered with some of the gameplay, I figured this time around we just get right to it, see some of the game while this is going on, and hopefully have some fun. I do like these little factoids down here. The bleed status effect reduces the affected character's health at the beginning of their turn. Each character has an origin trait, bioskill, mystic, tech, and mutant to carry. And 3 medals on a mission in order to unlock the ability to auto-win and collect them. Okay. Now we're at 42%, which is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. But, anyway, hopefully you're still having a great Excelsior Day. Maybe you've already gone to the comic shop. Maybe not. Maybe you're planning for the weekend. But, no, that's something else I gotta start getting back into, was my own comics that I'm trying to develop. And Stan was a huge inspiration for that. When I got into comics, actually writing them and such, developing universes, I looked at how Stan did it, how his colleagues did it, developing characters, their foibles, their drive, what actually gets them going, what might push them over the edge, what brings them back to Earth, who do they fight for, what do they fight for, and so on. And hopefully I can get that ready by this upcoming summer. But enough of me bumping my gums over nothing. You're here to celebrate Excelsior Day the right way. That's with some comic action. If you do want to chat, of course, leave a comment down below. The book that got you interested, the game, the character, the cartoon, the movie. Thankfully, comics are no longer, a one medium type of thing. I had lots of friends who got into it for other reasons. I was playing the Spider-Man games on PlayStation 1 and wanted to go back and actually check that out. In fact, first thing that showed me back in the day that comics were here to stay was a VHS tape I had, Pride of the X-Men. And Stan was the first voice you hear in that video. In fact, I think I remember exactly what he said. This is Stan Lee asking you to look around, your classmates, your friends. Any one of them could be a mutant, a person born with super abilities. There are those like the X-Men that use their abilities to protect mankind, but then there's the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants that use theirs to terrorize and oppress those who feel they're beneath them. It was something like that. But yeah, hearing Stan with such gusto just gushing over this product, it showed that he legitimately believed in it. And I didn't get it at first. I was a kid. When you're a kid, you look at the surface, and that's it. But characters like the X-Men were used to represent the downtrodden, the underappreciated, the disrespected. And it became an allegory and a metaphor for the times. In the 60s, it was more of it seemed like it was a racial thing. In the 70s, it was a battle of the sexes. In the 80s, it was class-based. In the 90s, it was the youth the new age thinking against the old guard, tradition versus progression. The new millennium, you had status quo. What side were you on when it came to that? Nowadays, it's become an amalgamation of everything prior to it that was so crucial and is crucial to the progression of us as a people. And thanks to things like that Stan helped push back in the day, you see it more continuously throughout other titles, not just in Marvel, but DC Comics, Dark Horse, Image, across the seas, you see it in manga. They've adopted a lot of our mindset when it comes to superhero comics. When you look at One Punch Man and My Hero Academia, and even later interpretations of like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, they go a little more outside the box sometimes with that. Oddly enough, even though a lot of European comics are more existential, when they do superhero stories, they're very, very character driven. Actual issues are brought up, not just I'm going to blow up the bridge. Why is the villain going to blow up the bridge? What mental anguish is he going through? The hero just got over a divorce. Is he thinking stress? Has a drinking problem? I mean, theirs are a little more theirs are a little more pessimistic at times. But through people like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and Romita Sr., and even today with Morrison and Ennis and Millar, they look at this as more than just a cash grab and a quick buck. They want this to be a thing that you turn to. But now the game's started. Commander, I'm glad you're here. We have a situation. Interdimensional signatures are popping up all over New York City. As Commander of Strike, interdimensional threats are your jurisdiction. I've taken the liberty of assigning you 2 agents. Okay. All right. No one knows New York City like Spider-Man. He should come in handy. Excelsior! Sorry. I've also transferred my top medic to Strike for additional support. Just shield medic. Literally a faceless soldier. That is... it's quite interesting. Looks like Kingpin is helping smuggle interdimensional orbs into the city. We should start by intercepting his shipment. Oh, well, Juggernaut looks great in this. Fun fact, Juggernaut is not actually a mutant. He is magically based. He originally got his powers from a gem, but, they went on to, well, he's known in the X-Men universe, so yeah. Which the best fight he ever had in a comic was actually him versus Spider-Man. The name Wile E. Coyote comes to mind. There's a reason for this. Because literally, Spider-Man is trial and error with this guy. He's just rampaging through New York because he can. He doesn't even have a common goal. And Spider-Man's doing everything he can. This is one of those stories that shows that... hey, Commander, we intercepted Kingpin's guys transporting the interdimensional glowing things. But Kingpin's mercs won't hand the orbs over. I even said please. Oh, they've got sarcastic Spider-Man. Awesome. I'm loving the angle here. But as I was saying, Spidey fighting fighting the Juggernaut, everyone would assume that's, very one-sided. And for a while it was, because he just kept failing over and over. His key thing was trying to figure out how can I stop the Juggernaut? How can I beat him? And he finally was able to, risk his own body, but he jumps on the Juggernaut's helmet, takes a solid trouncing, and works his body over into some construction work where they're pouring concrete, and Spidey risks himself to dump the Juggernaut into that concrete. Good work. Now bring those power cores back to base. We can use them to open the orbs your team recovered. But yeah, he dumps Juggernaut in there at the risk of his own life and still succeeds in stopping the Juggernaut. The name Juggernaut is, it's something to do with unstoppable. Use the power cores to open the orb you recovered. Ooh. Okay. Got Luke Cage! Hell yeah! Luke Cage was inside that orb? Does not look too happy about that. It's interesting they got freaking Pyro here as the focal point for campaign. Sweet Christmas, thanks for getting me out of that thing. Kingpin's abducting heroes around the city. He's using tech way out of his league. Whatever Kingpin is up to, it needs to be stopped. Count me in. Kingpin's our target. Your goals are tracked in daily objectives. We've tracked Kingpin's operation to the warehouse district. Move out. Wait, am I getting Wolverine? Claim the all-clear objective to collect Wolverine shards. Okay, I'm claiming. Oh, sweet Christmas, come on. Will he figure out how to claim his objects? Stay tuned for another Excelsior Day.